Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. So we're here today with our diesel fuel trailer that we use for our equipment, and this has worked out really well. But we figured out that we need to add gasoline to this mix. So let's introduce you to DIY Fuel Trailer 2.0. So this one is a big enough trailer that we'll put our diesel tank on one side, probably towards the front, and our gasoline trailer in the middle. That'll give us still a good tongue weight without overbalancing, and it'll give us the capability to fuel up our lawnmowers that use gasoline as well as our equipment with diesel. Okay, and as always, I want to have Maggie do the majority of the wood construction on this, and then I'll put the tanks on. So we're going to do a little time lapse?
Yes.
All right, enjoy.
No need to bore you with the details of putting it together.
Basically, it's a trailer with 2 boxes to hold the fuel tanks.
Gave it a little more room in case it was squished out.
So now we just have to hook up everything on the gasoline tank, and we'll be in business with the DIY Fuel Trailer Part 2. Okay, so we've got our diesel tank here that we moved over from the old trailer, and we now have our gasoline tank there. But these didn't come with any kind of gauge, so I've got a gauge here, just like I put on the diesel trailer. And then one of the things I had a problem with this one was they didn't have swivels, and so I had trouble with that hose kinking. So I've got a couple swivels, just like I put in on that one. So let's put this stuff together. To put all of these fittings on, the first thing you gotta do is actually take the fuel filter off, which seems kind of weird, but oh well. The other thing gives us the opportunity to go ahead and oil that filter ring. I did find that this electric motor for this pump was not screwed down very tightly at all. So it was like they just ran the screws in just a little bit. So I went ahead and tightened them up. And then on all of these fittings, I'm using this Blue Monster thread tape, and it's rated for not only like propane, but also natural gas. So it's just a little bit higher pressure than what like the white Teflon tape is. And I seem to have pretty good luck with it. So with a gasoline trailer, with the vapors and stuff, you definitely don't want any leaks. Diesel, you don't want any leaks with it either, but it's a little more critical with gasoline. These trailers don't come with swivels, and what I found with my diesel trailer is if you don't have a swivel on this, as you use the hose, it just unscrews itself. The other thing that I found out, and I kind of messed with this with the diesel trailer as well, but these threads on these hoses, they've got an O-ring on them, and they're not a tapered thread, but yet they go in to that pipe fitting that's on that elbow up there by the filter. And I don't understand really what that's about, but I had a lot of trouble and used a whole bunch of Teflon tape and thread sealer and that O-ring to seal up that diesel trailer, and I finally got it to not leak. With this trailer, I didn't want to mess with all that, so I just cut those ends that came on it off. because again, these are, I've never seen fittings like that, but they're the same thread as National Pipe, but they don't taper. And of course, the taper is what makes those seal. So I just got rid of them. And honestly, if I would have done that first and thought about it, I wouldn't have bought all those 1-inch fittings for that valve, because that stuff is available in 3/4, and it's much cheaper in 3/4 than it is 1-inch. Oh well, live and learn. But I think this is going to work a lot better by just cutting those factory ends off and putting my own National Pipe thread ends on it. Let's keep our fingers crossed anyway. Let me know in the comments what you think about that, or if I really screwed up. And actually, this Vever tank did come with a swivel right here at the nozzle, but since I'm using my cool little swivel that I got off Amazon, I decided not to use that one. Besides, that fitting also had that oddball non-tapered thread, and I'm just eliminating all of the non-tapered threads and all of the O-rings that I can, because honestly, I didn't have no luck with them sealing. So I bought both of these tanks off of Amazon, and even though I bought them about probably 2 years apart, they're both listed as 48 gallon, and the diesel is the one I've had the longest. And this gasoline one is also 48 gallon. It's just slightly smaller physically though. I'm not sure what the difference is. Like I said, the rating's the same, and they cost the same, although on the gasoline one, I did have to wait and catch it on sale. The regular price when I bought the diesel was $500. The sale price on the gasoline tank I got was also $500. So I need to put a trailer jack and wheel on the front of this trailer. So I went ahead and got a Harbor Freight jack. It was 20% off this week, so I bought that for, I don't know, it was like $23, I think, was total price. But it mounted up pretty easy. What I found out was my trailer's kind of a little bit kind of fragile, to tell you the truth, up there with that much weight sitting on that wheel. Oh well, let's get it together and check it out. So since this is kind of an off-road fuel trailer, I go ahead and put a slow-moving vehicle sign on it. What the heck, can't possibly hurt. And then these bolts were awfully long, so I went ahead and used my new Chief extended cutoff wheel from Harbor Freight. And I'll tell you what, that works really well. And I am using the Chief blades for that also. So the weight of this trailer, even without any fuel in those tanks, made that angle iron that I bolted that trailer jack to, it ended up making it flex quite a bit. So I decided I better reinforce this a little bit. So I'm going to weld some support brackets on here. And like they say, anything worth welding is worth cleaning. Okay, so this wheel mounted on this bar of this trailer made it flex quite a bit with those tanks still empty. So I'm going to reinforce that a little bit. And what I've done is I just taken these 1-inch wide straps, and they're 1/4 inch thick. I'm going to run those across all 3 of these beams in 2 places, and then it'll make me a nice place to mount the spare tire if I decide to. And I'm going to weld this up with my titanium Flux 125 welder. All right, let's make some sparks. Woo, no gas. Looks good though. Looks good. Well, this wasn't supposed to be a welding video, but since I had to reinforce this, I went ahead and welded this tongue jack on as well. And I think it came out pretty good. The titanium Flux 125 for a $100 welder, I tell you what, that thing's hard to beat. Plugged into 110, it doesn't have 220 capability, but it'll weld this stuff up really nicely. All right, and the reason I did this was when the weight went onto this trailer jack, this thing, it's got some wobble in it anyway, but it was going out at about a 15-degree angle, and that's too much. Like I said, it's probably gonna break something. So let's go ahead and put the weight on it now. That's probably as high as it ever needs to go. Okay, just to get it on the jack. And I'll tell you what, look at that. It's solid. So, way better, way better. Cool beans. Let's go put some fuel in it.
$3.60 a gallon.
Way better than putting it in 5-gallon cans. Look, it's got a lot smaller hole to fill. Now a little gasoline. Throw it right on the fire.
And $3.19 a gallon for that one.
All right, well, the trailer hauled great. And we've got our 30 gallons of gasoline here. I'm gonna go ahead and throw stable in it. All right, there's our 12 ounces. Okay, and to power our pump, I just go ahead and use whatever it is that I'm gonna fill up. So here's our positive and our negative. Now this one's a little bit different than my other one. It's got the switch right here. So let's check this out. So I've also got this digital display. Hold it for a second and it goes to 0. So let's see how accurate that is. I'm gonna fill this 5-gallon can up. Here we go, first time we filled something up. Okay, so, I don't know if you can see that. Looks like there's our fill line. This says 5 gallons, but our gauge says we're at 5 gallons. So, I guess the gauge is running a little bit faster. Okay, our lawnmower's just above quarter. Let's go ahead and top it off. Okay, we got our gauge back at 0. Flip our switch on. All right, filled up. All right, well, that's gonna do it for this video and our off-road diesel trailer 2.0. In addition to the off-road diesel, we now have gasoline for our mowers and other power equipment. So it's gonna really help the homestead. If you got anything out of this video, give us a thumbs up. It absolutely helps the channel. And we invite you to subscribe to see more. Have a great day and be safe.